Thailand is an agricultural country, but the major revenue comes from tourism. During the year of 2017, Thailand welcomed 17.3 million tourists, generating 876 billion baht, that is equivalent to 25 billion US dollars. In spite of the many interesting temples, it has resulted that the temple renovation at tourist locations not only increases income and that of the nation, but also furthers tourist understanding of Buddhism. Based on my experience of traveling to Thailand, I was told by a monk that a Buddha abandoned his wealth and noble birth to seek enlightenment. I may not be a Buddhist, but I have been touched by the word of Buddhism itself. Moving on, the first question would be, how does religion affect business in Thailand? So, it had 35 million arrivals of foreign tourists to Thailand, and foreigners would come and pay a visit solely just to experience the culture of Buddhism. At the same time, many businesses automatically have affected by the religion in Thailand. Firstly, one of the most popular temples in Bangkok for foreign tourists is Wat Pho, otherwise known as the Temple of the Reclining Buddha. It doesn't matter if you are a Buddhist or not. If you are a foreigner, you will have to pay for the entrance fee. Although it used to be 50 baht at Wat Pho, like all other big temples in Bangkok, they have decided to increase the price to 100 baht ever since 2014. Secondly, when the tourists are in Thailand, they will need a place for their accommodation and food, such as hotels and restaurants. Basically, the service industry might once be risen again due to the fact that no matter how far a tourist can travel to, he or she might still need a place to stay and food to fill up their tummy. Also, the tourists may have a taste of the hospitality that is being provided there, such as Thais often greet one another with a Y, W-A-I, a palm together gesture accompanied by a bow, slight bend on the knees, and with a great smile. There are also an assortment of vegetarian cuisine, such as the vegetarian pad thai and som tam, which is the papaya salad. This is because majority of the Buddhists there are vegetarian. Moving on, what are the two main issues faced by the entrepreneurs in Thailand? Let's find out. At the year 2018, a defrauded Buddhist monk extradited from the US recently received a 114-year prison sentence for fraud and money laundering, while police raided some of the Thailand's most sacred Buddhist temples in pursuit of wayward monks and officials allegedly involved in financial crimes. Because of this issue, entrepreneurs in Thailand lost their faith in local temple or the belief of Buddhism. And why does corruption affect entrepreneurs? It all started from donation at the temple by the religious tourists as offerings. If the entrepreneurs did not donate the money, the question to that is they could have invested the money somewhere at a profitable company to generate even more money to contribute themselves into the society. For example, help to build a better country and increase the rate of tourism by bringing in new things for the tourists to experience while visiting Thailand. Also, under the influence of Buddhism, businessmen in Thailand usually would donate money in the temple to express their good faith, and normally the more successful the company is, the more they will donate. Sometimes, even for small business owners who can barely pay employee salary, they still donate great part of their income during some important Buddhism event. However, it too affects the name and reputation of Buddhism, meaning to say, majority of the tourists who visit Thailand is to experience the wholesome of Buddhism. If the name and reputation of Buddhism is affected, why would the tourists pay Thailand a visit again? For instance, public media would spread the message in a global scale, which might result tourism rate in Thailand to be affected as many tourists' faith in Buddhism has been affected. Last but not least, who are the main stakeholders that are affected? The stakeholders that will be affected are the owners of most businesses like the hotels and restaurants as mentioned before. Meaning to say, once tourism is badly affected, number of foreigners will be affected as well. The number of tourists visiting Thailand will be lesser. The most important question goes back to, what if they do not donate the money while visiting the temple? Imagine under the influence of Buddhism, majority donate their money to the temple proportionally and continually. What if the monk corrupts with all the money and the whole country's economy is affected? In my opinion, those money could be used to start up a charity to help people those are less fortunate.